evening, race fans, sim fans, RC fans, Racing 393, and today's video, part 3 of my M05 chassis build and upgrades. We're building shock absorbers. Now a lot of people find these tedious. I have to say, I don't necessarily find that the case. I actually quite enjoy making these. So clearly, without sort of teaching you to suck eggs, 4 of these on the car. The packs I have, I've got 2 in, so we'll start with 2. The front suspension on the car is, and the front sort of drivetrain is kind of on the car, so once these are built, we can install them. That's the plan. And then I'll make the rears, even though I don't need to fit them yet. I was going to build all 4, but I haven't really got time today, so I think maybe we can get through 2 of them, and then we can go from there. The springs that are in here are the standard springs. I've got a set of springs upstairs, which are softer springs, which I think I might use, to be honest with you. So I don't think I'm going to use the silver ones in it, but we'll have a look. We'll get them out and we'll see which ones are best suited. Right, onwards and upwards. Let's get these open. So the springs I might put on, a bit of a mix and match here. So I've got, now this set used to have a red set of springs in it. The top one should be red. And they were like the softest, compact, the softest rating spring. But I've used those on my Escort, because the springs, these yellow springs are actually off one of the Tamiya racing family. I think they are the racing shocks or pro shocks. Not too bad. These are quite soft, but I found them a little bit too soft for the Escort. There's no weight over the front. So these might actually do for the Mini, because you've got the engine and all the stuff on the front. It's probably a little bit heavier, I suppose, because the aluminium upgrades. So I'm probably going to put these ones on. And then these ones here, these are part of the soft. These are quite soft, not as soft as the red. So these possibly could go on the back of the car. That's my thinking anyway, without actually testing the rating and feeling testing how soft are these ones in the packet. So anyway, just thought I'd mention that. Let's get these open finally. So the first stage in stage 1 is just to take the caps off the top of the shock body. And we've got a washer, they call it a V10 washer, and 2 red seals. So we'll add those in, and then we're going to put the piston together, and then we've got a choice of, or the shaft, and then we've got a choice of pistons, 1 holes, 2 holes, or 3 holes. I think I'll probably choose the 3 hole for this car, to be honest. So we can always beef it up with thicker oil if it's too soft. Right, let's get this going. So the shock body's built, we've got the shaft on there, and we've got the smaller end for the front wheel drive they recommend. And I've gone for the soft oil. This is only 200. This is the orange one. So this is the viscosity of 300. So we'll see how that goes when it's in here. I'm going to put the oil in, and then assemble it up with the spring that I plan to use, and we'll see what it feels like. Right, see you in a bit. So the shock absorbers, I keep saying shock absorbers. Where's my mouth? So it's all oiled up now. Again, using the soft oil, 300 grade. and these low friction shocks really are low friction. It's not, I mean, when you do a quick sort of movement, I'll just hit the mic. When you do the quick movement, it's damping. Normal sort of like this, yeah, very, very light indeed. So we've got to put a couple of attachments on it, and then springs. And we'll go from there. We'll see what spaces we need, if any, and I'll show you the completed article. So, that's that done. That's one of the shocks done. It didn't take too long, it wasn't that difficult. So that's a completed, I'm just trying to make sure it's in there. So that's a completed shock absorber. I can't pronounce it properly. I can't bother to think about that. So I went for the kind of, on the spring set I had, that was a medium yellow springs. That's quite soft. There's a bit of weight on the front of the car, so that should be okay. I'm just hoping that, you know, this isn't too, distance between the two fixing holes isn't too much, you know, for the chassis. I'm hoping not. And I've got one of the smaller spaces up here. There's no adjustment on these other than these spaces, so limited adjustment, admittedly, but very effective. I'm quite pleased with that. So what I'll do now is I won't film the next one because it's pretty much the same, and actually all four of them. But next time you see this video, I'll have all four built, and we'll crack on with the build. You'll probably get these installed on the car, or at least the front anyway. So. Anyway, onwards and upwards, as they say. And I'll see you when I've assembled all four. I'll see you in a bit. Right, so yeah, one of the shocks is done. As you can see, I've fitted it to the chassis. It fits really well. On the one of the other upgrades I've got is the carbon fibre shock mounts. So as you can see, they've got. Try and move it a bit closer to the camera where you can see it. Back there. So you've got like that mount there, this one there, that one. So you've got three. 3 or 4 mounts, and then you've got the sort of the mount here which it mounts to the chassis. Now that can also be used as a shock mount by moving it, the shock absorber more laid inward at the top. So I have to bear in mind that the further in the shock absorber goes, the softer the spring becomes. So you have to overcome that with, you know, a stiffer spring or thicker oil, whichever suits. So for now, I've just set it on the middle setting with these springs. It does, they work really well. It might be a little bit too soft, but we're going to build the other shock absorber the other side. Shock absorber. I'm terrible, aren't I? Shock absorber. Shock absorber. It's a funny word. Yeah, so we're going to build the other side, and we'll have that on in a minute. So I shall see you shortly. So that didn't take too long. Yeah, it's on there now. So we've got both shock absorbers on. Oh, I'm really conscious about how I pronounce that now. Every time I go to say it, I know I'm going to say it wrong. You know what I mean. Shocks. Maybe I should just say shocks. The shocks are on. So it feels at the moment a bit springy. They're very soft. So we're running, the pistons are on hole 3, and this is the soft oil, but the middle of that. So we got, just to clarify, got 200, 300 or 400 viscosity, and I'm using the 300. Whether or not that I have to change that in due course, I won't know. It's coming along rather nicely now. It looks rather snazzy, I think, not bad. So I'm going to bit of a clear up, and then we'll go hopefully back to the Tamiya manual. Good luck. We then should be working on the back, which to me I think is going to be the rear shocks and suspension layout. As there's no steering, it should be a lot simpler. So, right, I'll get the manual ready and we'll go from there. Right, so it looks like we're on section 14. And we're just fitting this like a front bulkhead stay, if you like, which goes here. So we're going to put that on, and then we've got like some upper arms and sort of the upper arms and the sort of the rear subframe assembly, which includes all the rear, the wishbones, the hub carriers, etc. So after we put this on, we'll be hopefully putting on the rear section to match the front. So we'll see how that goes. Right, I'll just put these on. Right, so step 15. I've got like as you can see there, the bottom suspension mount plate, and then we've got like a cross member which goes across the rear. That could be situated, looking at this, anywhere along here for the wheelbase. So either goes there or there. I guess you can do that. So it depends where you put this. Now, as we've got the Mini, we'll be running the short wheelbase. So that will go on. This will go on underneath, and then these parts here, the suspension mounts will fit on there. I don't know which way round they go. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at the drawings, but we're going to put these on. They're the rear hubs. I think, looking at those, they'd go on, to me, that way around, but that would change the wheelbase. So yeah, I'm going to look into that. We're going to put these on, and it's also got some top upper arms. Now they're not on the kit, they're non-adjustable, just like plastic. So they're fixed, but the racing upgrade, they come like the front. They come so they're adjustable, so the actual camber can be adjusted. Now I have got something else off Yeah Racing, which is the rear hub knuckle, and this has 3 degrees towing with roll centre adjustment design. I'm not going to put these on just yet because it will mean taking them off here. So looking at them, I can't really see what's different. At the moment, if I'm honest, I'm hoping it is for the M05 chassis. So it'll all become clearer when I put them on. So we're going to fit this up now, and I'll do one side and then you can have a look at that and see how we go. Right, so we've got the rear sort of lower subframe and bulkhead on. The top one can go in any position depending on the wheelbase, and also the bottom one, the plate that the wishbones fit to, can be rotated 180 degrees. So you can have a long wheelbase, medium or short, I guess. So we're going for the short, for the Mini. So about now we're going to actually put the bling on the back. So I'll try and do half of it, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Right, so this will conclude this part of the build of my M05 Tamiya hop-up chassis. So as you can see here, hopefully it's in view, I've got the rear wishbones on, the lower wishbones. There's quite a lot of sort of various permutations where you can, you know, put the bulkhead or the wishbones can go on a slightly different way. The bottom wishbone bracket, if you like, can be turned 180 degrees. So there's a little bit hit and miss of if I've got it in the right place. But we'll have to see once it's on and if it lines up properly with the body shell, the Mini body shell, which is a short wheelbase car. So that will conclude this part, and I shall see you very soon. I think this is part 3. Might be a short part 3 because it's mainly shocks. And I will see you very soon for part 4. So thanks for watching, and bye for now. So a quick update. I've decided to sort of finish this part off, and the car's pretty much a rolling chassis, so I've just got to put the rear shock absorbers on. Yeah, I know. Shocks. So the back is actually on, it's not all set up, but anti-roll bars and rear shocks, then a bit of a setup, and then obviously the electrics. So as you can see, it's gone on really nice. I'll show you, there's nothing on the back there, so you know, carbon fibre shock towers and the air racing hop-up options. Looks pretty good. So yeah, nice and soft at the front. You can see the toe, it has got some toe in on the rear. It's all over the place at the front. I wouldn't worry about the front at the moment. Servo and receiver are on order. I'm probably going to finish off the shocks over the weekend, get those on, and then we'll think about the anti-roll bars. But other than that, a great way to end part 3 of my Tamiya M05 hop-up build. And there's the mini body, that all fits, so it does go on, so it's all good. Anyway, that will be the end of part 3 for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.